Welcome at the fourth part of creating our backend for our to-do list in JavaScript. In this video, we're going to focus on the update route of our tasks. So we want to update an individual task in our db.json file. So let's start with our toggle done function. We want to send a new fetch call. So I'm going to copy the fetch call from save item to here, paste it, and we're going to send it to, let's say, update item. And we're going to create this route. So let's create a new route and we are going to select the patch method. Patch means partial update. So we're just going to update a little part of something, which will be the checked attribute in our case. So we're going to say, let's send it to update item, and we want an ID. And then of course, again, a arrow function with a request and response. And in the arrow function, we're going to read the db file and update it and then write it again. So I'm just going to comment this for now. We're going to edit this later. Okay. In our update function or fetch call, we need an ID. So we're going to add an ID here, and this should be the ID. We want e.currentTarget, which at the moment is our label, and we want the list item. So we're going to select the parent to do, and then I want the data property, and I want the data ID property. So this should return the ID, and we are passing it to update item / ID. All right. Then the method is a patch, and we're going to send an updated parameter. So I'm going to say property or prop, for example. Which property do you want to update? I want the checked property to be updated, and the value of the checked property should be the value we got here. So the inverted is checked. So is checked is what we get from our input, and I'm going to say give the inverted is checked to our db.json file. And when this is done, we also want to change, of course, the property. So this line we still need. So I'm going to move it to here. And let's see. So we're sending a prop, a value, and then I'm going to comment this for a second. All right. So let's try to update our checked value in our server. So let's loop to our array again. We have our array, and we want to check if an item in this array has an ID which is equal to the ID we passed as a parameter in our URL. Whenever this is true, which means whenever we found the matching object in our database, we want to change the property, in this case the property checked. So I'm going to say item and say I want the property request.body.prop, which is checked because we say that our prop is equal to checked, and we passed it to our body. And I want it to be equal to request.body.value. So this is going to update the checked property. So let's refresh our page and test it. All right, yeah. This may be weird, but for the patch method, for some reason you have to put it in caps. Maybe this is the error. Let's see. All right. So we checked our list item, and in our db.json we have coding on true, and now coding is false. So we can now update a single property of an object with the update method. So let's see if we still have to clean something up. Class updated. The index can be removed. Here we don't need the then, we're not using it. All right, so let's test everything one last time. So we have coding, yeah, JavaScript. I can add a new task and it will be added to my db.json. I can check it. The property will change. I can delete it. It will be removed. So everything seems to work, except my class isn't adding anymore. I removed the toggle class here. Toggle class is done. All right, so now everything is working like it should. And this is it. We are done with creating our to-do list. I hope you learned something. This is the last video at the moment. Maybe in the future I will create another one where I show you how to convert the db.json file to a real JSON database, or maybe how to show you to create some more error handling, for example. But this is it for now. So I hope you learned something, and if you still have any suggestions, feel free to contact me.